Hello everyone and welcome back to our first time playthrough of Saints Row the Third. As always, I am here with my co-host, Taylor.
There's bongs on the fucking table?
You haven't seen anything yet. But yes, there are. This is Shondi's ex's apartment, for those who may not remember. Actually, fun fact, you see what's on the TV right there?
Yeah.
That's a cutscene from Saints Row 2. Yeah. So, if you want to go ahead and hit triangle for me, so we can access our crib. This is basically what you can do in any of your cribs. They're basically your bases around the city. You can go into them. You'll be getting more later on, but I guess the first thing we're doing is the wardrobe. You can go ahead and change your outfits based on what you already have. I will let you know that a lot of the clothes in here is actually from DLC packs in the original game. The original game did not come with all of these clothes that you have here, but thanks to various DLC packs that were released over time, that was later included in the quote-unquote full package version of the game, which is what the remaster is. It includes all the DLC from all the different packs, which is why we saw things like Genki Bowl unlocked last time. So you can actually go through and pick a lot of the DLC clothing that you've already got stored up in your inventory. You'll also be able to buy more later, so don't worry about that. But if you want to go ahead, actually, if you want to back out of that really quick.
Hold on.
Can you back out of that? And that, back out again. And go down to outfits. No,
Whoa.
no, too far. Go down to outfits. View outfits. These are a lot of the outfit DLC, so it's just the full costume if you want to like see what they are.
Oh my.
You could be a warrior princess. Knight, samurai, space princess,
Ew.
empire fighter, fun time outfit.
It's a acid trip Chica.
The bloody canoness. That's from Nightblade, actually. That vampire show I was talking about.
Look at the boobs.
Yes, that is what boobs do. You could be an altar boy.
Catholicism.
You could be a witch. Decker specialist. Werewolf. You could be a furry. And these are all the different gangs. You're typically not supposed to have those until later in the game, but it's DLC, so...
You know what that looks like?
What?
Why does my hair keep changing?
Because it's the outfit that you have.
See?
No, but it was because you had the outfit for the Decker soldier.
Oh.
Yeah.
It looks like Hellsing Ultimate.
I don't know what that is. But yeah, if you want to keep scrolling.
Hello. Maybe I am blind. Who knows?
Oh my god. But yeah, so those are your outfits. And now you're naked. Good job.
What?
Yeah. But now that we've gone over the clothing, we're just going to cut ahead until she picks out an outfit, and then we can keep going through our inventory stuff. So be right back, guys.
Alright.
And so this is what she ultimately went with. I did tell her that she's not going to be wearing this permanently for the whole game or anything, and that she will be able to buy more clothes soon. So this is just what we're going to use for the time being. But yeah, so if you want to go ahead and back out of this now.
Yeah. What the hell? Okay.
Yeah.
Alright.
And then go to garage.
What is this?
These are all of the DLC vehicles.
What?
So yeah, you get a tank, keep going. You get an enforcer, keep going. Bloody canoness, that's a motorcycle. Nightblade's a vehicle. The Genki manipult, keep going. The angry tiger, the sexy kitten, the sad panda, and again the tank. Don't use any of it. For the sake of this playthrough, I want you to have as authentic of a playthrough as possible. So if you could not use these vehicles until later in the game, that would be appreciated, only because, again, it's better for progression in the playthrough that way.
Okay.
Weapon cache. This is the final thing. So these are where all your weapons are stored. This is so you can have multiple of a type of gun, as you clearly see. Like if you go to the shotguns, you have 3 types of shotguns. You have 3 types of shotguns you own, but you can only equip one type of a gun at a time. So let's say you're using the AES3 Ultimax and you want to switch over to the bling, you can do that. But for now, let's just stick with the default weapons. We'll get into the more sophisticated weapons a little bit later on.
I have to say, I really like the little, like, details. Like...
Yeah, and that's something they added for the remaster, because the guns were not this fleshed out in the original game.
Like, you see how everything moves? Like, how the boobs move.
Well,
and,
yeah,
like,
that was in the original game.
Like, I just like those little details.
I thought you were referring to the textures. But yeah, no, this game does have a lot of that. So we'll just stick with the default weapons for now.
Am I not allowed to use these?
I would just say hold off, just because it's the beginning of the game, and it's better for progression. You can equip that gun, I guess, but it is better for just a more streamlined experience. I mean, if anyone wants to play with the DLC weapons to start, I have nothing against that, by all means. But for our playthrough, I think we should have as authentic of a pure playthrough as possible. That said, I'm fine if you use the clothing, because that's just cosmetic, but, you know, hold off on the vehicles and weapons until later in the game when we get a little bit farther.
Sounds good.
Because if you just go rolling out in a tank right now, you're kind of a little overpowered. Not gonna lie. That is something I wish you could choose, is like make the DLC unlockable after a certain point, but that's not a feature available, so... in order to get out of here, you need to go through the opposite end where that hand icon... Okay.
I just wanted to...
Okay. So if you want to go ahead and pull up your phone, I'll explain how this works really quick. So the top left is obviously the map. Pull that up. As you can see, there's a lot of question mark icons and stuff. We'll be getting into what all those are pretty soon, actually, starting with the next mission. So if you want to back out of that, that is the map of Steelport. To the right is missions. These are where your main missions are. Don't click on anything. Saints Book. This is where you have assassinations, chop shop, and challenges. Assassinations are missions where, there's this certain NPC that will spawn under certain conditions. You have to kill him. Vehicle thefts, you have to find a vehicle around the map and then deliver it to a shop. Challenges, if you actually want to go into challenges, because those are different from the other two. These are things like get 50 grenade kills, destroy 25 boats, streak for 600 seconds, things like that. Which are neat little things. You get achievements for completing them all and stuff like that. So we'll worry about it. We will be doing 100% of practically everything, so we'll get to that later. These are your upgrades. I wouldn't invest in anything just yet, but this is where you can up your character. Like if you go to abilities, you can unlock sprint increase. You can sprint 25% longer. If you go back and go to health, you'll be able to up your health regen, health amount. And then if you go back, you can do damage, reduce your damage, combat, vehicles, gang abilities, etc., etc. We will be getting into all of these eventually. But again, it's the beginning of the game. We aren't quite there yet. Music, this is where you can adjust, you can look at the radio, and you can design your mixtape. Your mixtape is basically a custom radio station where you can pick all the songs that are available in the game and put them into a playlist. So let's say you want a song from K-12 and a song from The Blood. You can put them both in your mixtape. We're not going to be doing that because all of that music is copywritten. And if we play that music on YouTube long enough, we'll get copyright struck and our video might get blocked. So whenever you get in a vehicle, if the radio is on, turn that shit off as soon as you get in, because we don't want to risk that.
Am I allowed to see what songs?
You can. We'll go through that off screen just because it's...
What's the toggle station mean?
That is basically you're turning them all off. So,
okay.
Yeah, do that, and then hopefully we won't get any radio playing. This is where all the songs are listed. So if you click on Gen X at the top, that lists all the different songs. So it lists, the name of the song and the artist. So you can see all the songs in there. If you go, I'm pretty sure you want to go to The Blood. Go to the... Sheikah just fell off her lap for your reference. Also, I'm trying not to make this whole video super explanatory, so just go to The Blood. That's your station, so you'll probably recognize a few of those bands.
Yes!
I figured.
Oh my god.
I figured.
I like the Black Dahlia Murder.
Alright, so that's just a taste of what the music soundtrack is like. If you could back out of this, we can wrap this up. The phone. These are where your contacts are. You don't have any contacts right now because obviously...
Is that Pierce?
No, that's Chibi D, but I'll explain that another time. Cash, hourly city income, we don't have that yet, so I'm not going to explain what that is. Back out of that. Cheats are cheats. We're not using those. And then finally is stats. This is where all your stats are logged. Total time played, co-op, blah, 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 whatever. Not important. We'll show that off at the end of the playthrough. Back out of that, go to missions, and select the Pierce mission, please. Alright. Go ahead with this mission.
How's the crew settling in?
Man, we gotta get a new place. That studio shit ain't working at all.
Spent too much time in posh hotels?
I can't help it that the rest of the world treats the Saints right.
Doesn't mean we should get soft.
I hear you. Listen, how about you and me roll around the city and see what Steelport has to offer?
You convinced me. Meet me at the park, I'll pick you up.
Yeah, so this is your first of many Pierce missions in the game.
But who gives a fuck about Pierce?
Right. If you want to avert your attention slightly to the right, that means look right. They have a giant light up screen. Yep, that's Steelport for you. Oh my god. Alright, anyways, so you're going to go ahead and meet up with Pierce in the park of Steelport, which you'll be getting to eventually. Right now you're driving over Arapis Island. This island...
Arapis?
Arapis. Or Arapis. I don't know how it's pronounced. I'm pretty sure it's Arapis. Anyways, that island will be important later in the game. But I won't spoil anything now. That is a police officer. Do not piss him off or he will go after you.
Lame.
But yeah. Something I like to do during this part of the game, but we're not going to do it for the sake of recording, is I actually like to run back and forth or walk back and forth along that highway because cars like spawn nonstop. That's like the best place to get cars to spawn. And I just walk back and forth until a Trizione spawns. That's the best car in the game. I think I mentioned that last part.
Yep.
I will just walk back and forth until it spawns because this mission that we're about to go do actually teaches you about vehicle customization. And
Oh my sweet god.
if you go into the mission with a vehicle, you will be able to drive that vehicle to the mechanic and upgrade it. So I always find an Trizione at the very beginning of the game, drive it to this mission, do this mission with that vehicle, store it in my garage, and then I have it for the entire game. But we'll do that off screen because it's not worth recording and whatnot.
Mm-hmm.
So that's Pierce. That was a cutscene right there.
I didn't skip it, did I?
No. I thought I skipped it the first time I played, but no, that's the whole cutscene. It's him just driving 3 feet. So yeah, you're going to want to...
Did somebody just get hit behind me?
No. You're going to want to go ahead and get in that car. And this mission is... Yeah. This mission is basically going to teach you about vehicle customization, as well as clothing customization, because this is the first of many Pierce missions that basically serve to...
So he's like a tutorial type.
Yeah, he's basically the host of the tutorial missions of the game, just to kind of teach you everything you need to know and get you into it. But yeah, you want to be careful you don't destroy the vehicle, because they will blow up if they take enough damage, and you obviously lose it at that point.
Well, good thing I am a pro driver.
Yeah, I mean you'll get really good at driving by the end of the game.
Listen, I used to play over 1,500 hours of GTA 5 online. I am a pro.
I know, but Saints Row driving controls nothing like GTA driving. Nothing like it. I remember I was playing Saints Row 3, and then when I got GTA 5 and I tried driving, I had a miserable experience trying to adapt. It was awful for me. I just couldn't do it for the longest time. But yeah, you're going to want to hit repair, and then go ahead and press triangle again. Any one of these mechanics hosted around the map is where you can customize your car. And yes, this store is literally called Rim Jobs.
What's that mean? Can you explain it to me in depth? I am 12 years old.
No, I'm not going to do that. If you want to go ahead, the only thing I recommend changing on this car is the color. I would just change the body color once, because you're not going to want this car. It's not a very good car. So I just change a color, pick it, whatever, use it for this mission, and then we won't use it anymore. Whatever color you feel like. And you can change the style of paint too.
Candy paint with the white on top.
But yeah. So go ahead and leave now. You can exit out. Like, don't bother with this.
I just want to see it.
Yeah. We'll be doing vehicle customization later on in the game, I'm sure.
Can I do it? It's only 50.
Yeah, but you want to save that money for other stuff, trust me.
Like that dildo bat.
Yes, but you unlock that without having to pay money, so there's really no reason to spend the money on it.
Oh, it's worth it.
Now
Alright.
it's our turn.
Alright,
The Planet Saints.
now you're going to Planet
Narcissistic much?
Saints.
Nothing wrong with
Planet Fitness.
I don't need any
Planet
help
Saints.
there.
Wait for it.
some driving music.
As long as it's good.
Wait for what?
Just listen. Unless it doesn't do it because we have the radio off. Yeah, I think it might. Okay. So what's supposed to be happening right now is the boss and Pierce are supposed to be singing What I Got by Sublime. Because Pierce turns on the radio and you can hear your characters sing the song. We have the music off, so we obviously can't hear it. Unfortunately. But that's YouTube for you. Believe me, if YouTube wasn't so strict with that sort of shit, we'd be blasting it right now. But unfortunately, we can't do that. That was a vortex right back there.
Awesome.
Yeah. Third best car in the game.
Damn it.
And I did look it up, and I put an annotation on screen. The Vortex and Temptress are almost identical. The only difference is the Temptress has 1,000 more hits of HP, while the Vortex has slightly better torque. That's the only difference. Otherwise, they are the exact same vehicle, just slightly worse than the Atrozio. Good job. Also, you cannot flip vehicles over like in GTA, so that car is fucked, and you better get out before it blows up. You might want to run. Is that a Temptress? I think that's a Temptress running away right there. But yeah, that like Magellan.
Magellan.
Magellan. It's Magellan.
It's Magellan.
I will prove you wrong later. Ferdinand Magellan was known
Is
for.
that Pierce's grandpa?
Ferdinand Magellan was known as being the very first person to sail around the entire world.
It's Magellan. Hey, look at you.
Regardless,
Hot stuff.
that achievement is for visiting every single neighborhood in Steelport. There are 18 different sections of Steelport. Each is considered a neighborhood. So yeah.
Who?
I don't have the entire map of Steelport in terms of names memorized by heart, but I know all the locations of stuff, so.
Why am I being shot right now?
Because
I
you pissed
think
off the
that's
police by killing
really
those
cool.
civilians.
I don't give a fuck.
Well, you're gonna have to, because the police will continue to go after you if you do that. This right here, this building, these are scattered all over the map as well. Planet Saints.
Hey, is that
That's Shondi, yes. Why are you punching Pierce?
Because nobody gives a fuck about Pierce.
Okay. These are clothing stores. So you actually asked about this earlier, but yes, this is a clothing store. So if you want to go ahead and do some shopping now.
Ooh.
Yeah, you can buy more clothing. There are 4 different kinds of clothing stores around Steelport. There's this, Planet Saints, which are the most common, and then there's one of Leather and Lace, Nobody Loves Me, and what's the other one? I can't remember the other one off the top of my head, but each of those 3 clothing stores sell different items from Planet Saints, but there's only one of them around the map each. So we'll be getting to those later on, but for right now, you're just exploring Planet Saints. So we're going to cut again until she's found some clothes she likes, and we will see you guys back when she is done. Alright guys, we're back. She has finished buying some clothing for her character, so we're going to go ahead and exit out of this now, because something's going on, of which I will not say just yet. Who are they?
I don't fucking know.
What the fuck is that thing?
What's
Something
that?
angry. Very angry.
What the fuck? What the?
You may want to bail. That dude's gonna kill you.
What the fuck?
Yeah, you don't want to run, you gotta kill. So,
Or something sounds right.
yeah, that is what is known as a brute, and you're gonna want to run. Yeah. The best strategy with fighting these guys is to shoot them a little bit. When they charge at you, just run and get away from their attack. If they get close to you, and they can either do that punch attack that he just did to Pierce, or if he gets close to you, he will lock you into a cutscene in which you're going to want to press X really fast. There he did his charge attack. But he will do activate like a little quick time event, which you don't want to screw up. But yeah, like right there, you want to keep doing that, where when he charges at you, you just want to move, not really focus on shooting him, and he'll get out of the way. You're doing a pretty good job at taking him down, though. He's almost dead. And then what's going to happen when you do enough damage to him is it's going to give you a button prompt to do a takedown kill on him, which should happen with the next shot you hit him with. Yeah, press triangle, and then you're going to pull out a grenade, pop it in his mouth, kick him down, and there goes his head.
Jeez.
And that is the first of many brutes you will be fighting in this game. Now you're going to want to go ahead and, steal a Morningstar card, the Enfuego.
Okay, so he's in there.
A little bit
Yeah,
of
Pierce
nothing.
just jumped in. And you're just going to want to return to the safe house now. So that was this mission, again, teaching you about vehicles and clothing.
That's dope.
Yeah, so you can just head back now.
Look at Pierce sitting in the back seat like a backseat bitch.
Yeah. You're going to want to not go that way. Because they are still chasing you. You do have 2 stars of notoriety right now. Which, again, is what those pink stars in the bottom left mark. That is a vortex right there.
Oh, that's the one that I tried earlier.
No, you have not driven a vortex yet. You drove a temptress. Yeah, go ahead and pull into your apartment.
Where is it?
Where the blue icon is pointing at.
Let me in!
It doesn't open. Well, it does, but you don't want to do that. Just go around. Or that works too. But you need to go in. Yeah. And as that on-screen prompt just told you, notoriety will be instantly removed by hiding inside any building you own. So all you have to do is go inside a building you own, and notoriety
Wish I could sit on
wipes.
the cat.
Yeah. So that was Steelport. Here I am.
That's more money for a dick bat.
Oh my god. You're actually going to want to save that money because you need money for another concept we're going to be introduced to in this game. Although it might not be in this part, it might be in part 3.
Oh, oh shit! I forgot you were on me. Sorry.
Yeah, she goes in your lap. All right, if you want to go ahead and activate the next mission. I know we're doing a lot of missions, but this game is very tutorial heavy in the beginning, but it's not invasive. Yeah. Actually, this mission isn't really much of a tutorial so much as setting up the main base of the game. I'll say that
Pierce, you were
much.
supposed to be looking for Loren, not going house hunting.
See, that's the beauty of this place. It's owned by the Morningstar.
All right, I'm listening.
The Morningstar have a penthouse downtown where they're throwing some big party for their global contacts.
And their real estate agent will be there?
Real funny. I was gonna say we crash the party, kill the Morningstar, and keep the place for the Saints. Ha!
I'm game. What's the plan?
The Saints will be downstairs until you can unlock the elevator for them to come up.
Wait, if I can't go up, then how will I... Oh, right. Penthouse.
That's right. Meet me at the airport.
That is a solar.
Dude, I don't like it.
It's bad. I think solars drive fine. But yeah, as Pierce just told you, you're gonna go meet him at the airport for the next mission in the game. This is actually probably one of my favorite missions in the whole game, if I'm being completely honest. But I'm not gonna say too much about it, just because I want it to be kind of like a surprise to you.
Where's my ladies?
Up there. Yeah. Normally we'd have a radio on right now, but again, YouTube copyright prevents us from playing that. So unfortunately, we're just stuck with ambience. I wish there was something I could do about that, but I mean, I could always edit in music for you guys, but I don't know. I feel like that's too much of a hassle, and I don't even know. Like, I don't even know what music I'd play other than like music from other games. But
Wait, shh, listen.
yeah, you have a horn. Is that your music?
Yeah,
Oh, good job. Good job.
thank you.
You're stuck.
Wow, you see that little parking meter?
Yep.
I was stuck on that. But I want to go this way.
You can go whichever way you want. Just drive to the marker. The GPS, I will say, is not always the showing you the fastest route. It's kind of like, I know like games like GTA and even other driving games like The Crew 2, which is a game I'm a fan of, do things like that where it doesn't always show you the best route, which is kind of annoying, but I mean, hey, it's not perfect. You cannot drive up that, by the way. You cannot climb up it either.
What? Yes, I can.
No, you can't. Believe me, I've tried.
Nope, I can make it right here.
Well, of course you can make it right there, because that's where it fucking evens out. Also, in case you didn't already realize, that yellow meter on the bottom right, that is your sprint meter. The red meter that shows up when you take damage is obviously your health.
Oh, hell yeah, that's what Mama's been wanting right there.
I'll bring it back.
Yeah, you're not gonna...
Fuck you.
You're not gonna be able to drive that because you're at the mission point.
I drove it, didn't I?
I guess.
What you thinking?
Some asshole is in my pool.
The crew's ready downstairs. Say the word and we crash the party.
Let's do it.
It's playing.
Clear.
Go for it. Alright, so for those of you watching at home, it's currently playing Kanye West Power, but because I obviously can't play that due to YouTube copyright, you are not going to be able to hear the game's audio until the song is over. I'm going to have to edit it out. So sadly, I'm just going to play another stock generic song over this sequence. You're also going to want to turn around before you overshoot. There you go. Nice landing. 10 out of 10. You got in the pool.
What?
Oh, okay, you know what's funny?
What?
You need to interrogate that guy, so it's funny that... Stop beating him up and grab him. Not her. Grab the guy. Wow, you're killing it right now. There you go. 3131. Fun fact about that number. The number 31, press right stick, or you can throw them off. That works too. The number 31 is very prominent in the Saints Row universe. It's, I don't know if there's actually a reason why 31 is so popular, but it just happens to be that 31 is this really awesome number. Once again, I recommend not using the SMGs because they aren't very good at the beginning of the game, as your health meter is clearly showing. Hold circle to switch guns. I highly recommend you don't use the SMG right now.
Hold on! I'm trying to live. What, you want me to use this stupid thing?
Yeah, the pistol's actually a very good gun. Like I said, the 45 Shepard's my favorite weapon in the game.
You know, I really do not be liking Kanye right now. I'm just saying.
Why?
I hate Kanye West.
I'm sorry you hate Kanye West. But unfortunately, we have to listen to it while this mission plays, and this is like the only Kanye song I like, and the only reason I like it is because it's in this game and plays during this mission. That's the only reason. I've heard it so many times that like I have most of the lyrics memorized. Where are you going?
I'm hiding.
Yeah, that's not how you play this game.
Hey, what's this do?
That's how you open a door. There are many interactable things throughout the game, doors obviously being one of them. Anything that has a yellow hand icon is something you can press triangle next to, and you'll be able to interact with it. We'll be seeing that with a lot of other missions later on, where you're required to interact with stuff in order to progress. But if you want to go ahead and get to that storage room, there you go.
Fuck you.
And again, something I do recommend you use, especially early in the game, is human shields. Here you're actually going to be given grenades. So if you press R1, you throw a grenade. You want to aim at the... Not there. You want to aim at the yellow. Well, actually, never mind. The computer destroyed the barrier for you. But yeah, if you press... There you go. There's an example of something you interact with. So yeah. Human shields are definitely your friend early on in the game where you don't have a lot of health. And bullet damage resistance and things like that. I definitely recommend grabbing a human shield whenever you can. At least to new time players. Veterans, you don't really need human shields all that much. I barely play with them, honestly. But they're a good barrier. Now you called in your Saints homies in. So Shaundi has joined you along with these other Saints NPCs that the computer is using to help you fight down or kill out all the gang members of Morningstar. There you go. What is the name of this gun again? Can you hold circle and hover over it? The Togo 13. That is like that's actually a unique weapon. It's actually part of a DLC pack known as Money Shot. The Money Shot pack was originally supposed to tie into a Saints Row, I think it was a PSP game, maybe? It was a canceled project, it never actually came to be, but this gun was a tie into that, and in that game it was basically like a sniper assassination type thing.
Oh, that's Shaundi.
But yeah, so you want to head back upstairs now. Alright, thankfully Kanye is over, so I can actually play the game audio again.
What?
Oh, that's funny. The character died while you were doing the animation. That's great. This is it can be a burst. It's a burst assault rifle that also has a scope. So if you hold down L2, you have a scope. It's the only assault rifle in the game to have a scope. The only other scoped weapons that exist are sniper rifles. Well, the sniper rifle. There's only one sniper rifle in this game. Which is something that I think is kind of sucks.
Oh,
that
that's my people.
Yeah, you want the red targets. Some more just spawned down by the pool if you want to go out there. That is your homie. That is your homie. Yeah. There you go.
Why do I keep...
Yeah. And the game does do that. If you ever run out of ammo, it will automatically swap over to another gun. That way you don't have to worry about it, which is something I appreciate.
I'm just looking.
Yeah.
So, like, that's another thing. You know, don't get mad at me. I am someone who likes to explore their surroundings.
Yeah. Well, one thing I can definitely say about Saints Row is it's not a game like Spyro or Ty where there are hidden things like in the middle of a mission or whatever. It's actually a pretty straightforward game. My best advice when playing this game is to just do what the objective tells you. There's no reason to really lollygag because there's nothing in it for you. If there were things like hidden weapons or whatever, I would point them out, but sadly there aren't really things like that, so at this point you just gotta do the objective, which is clear out Morningstar, so kill her. And then, is it gonna spawn in more? I think it's supposed to... Here we go.
The boys are saying this place is rigged to blow. Isn't that fun? Where's that guy in the helicopter going?
Yeah, you want to get to a helicopter.
Disarm that thing.
Get to the chopper. Because you need to chase that guy down. In that helicopter, helicopter controls, so you know X's go up, squares go down. You don't use the triggers. That is useful information to know because for some reason air vehicles
So what's go down?
square. Hold it. No, you... Okay, well, you failed the mission. Good job.
I don't want to do that over again.
Press triangle. Do not save
How's
yourself,
the cleanup
please.
going?
Oh, you landed in water. Good job. Alright, well, that's another thing I can at least tell you. If you land in water, you won't take fall damage. If you were to hit the ground, you would die. But you failed the mission regardless because you hit triangle instead of square. So, as it shows you right there, X is increase elevation, square is decrease elevation. You want to hold the button, not press it. If you hit L1 and R1, you can do a quick turn, which helps you turn easier. But now you're just following the blue marker, so... If you already know where it's going, which is something I do know, you can actually get there pretty much the instant that it gets there, and you can actually kill the guy before he even gets inside. I'm not sure if you'll be able to pull that off, only because, again, you don't exactly know what's about to happen. But if you do play this game multiple times, you will be able to pick up that pattern pretty easily. Because it literally saves you, like, an entire second half, or third half third third of the mission, you might want to decrease your elevation a little bit, yeah. Because you do need to stay within range. If that yellow bar does run out the whole way, you will fail the mission again, because you'll lose track of them.
Don't I have to hold down the button though?
Square. Square goes down, X goes up.
I don't like these controls.
It's not bad, actually. It's a thing I like about these controls over Saints Row 2 or GTA is you don't have to worry about the tilt of the helicopter, which I get is less realistic, but oh yeah, you also want to be careful. These guys do shoot rockets at you. It's got a more arcadey style to it, which in Saints Row I feel it's actually
What do you mean by arcade?
like it plays like an arcade game rather than a realistic flight simulator. So you don't have to worry about the tilt of your helicopter, unlike something where like GTA where you can flip a helicopter upside down. You can't do that in Saints Row unless you crash into a building. But yeah, you're gonna want to land down there. All right, guys, we're back with her next attempt at the mission. So again, like I said, if you do manage to land your helicopter fast enough, you can get out and get him before he gets inside the building. Unfortunately, I don't think you're gonna be able to do it there, but that's okay. We can actually show what you're supposed to do anyways, because if you did catch him immediately, actually, you still might be able to get him. Don't shoot him though. You just want to grab him. Yeah, there you go. Well, there you go. You got him. Thankfully, you do not take damage in this scripted event. If you took damage right now, you'd be killed. You're gonna need to keep playing though, because obviously now.
Can I let go of him?
Yeah. My advice when it does tell you to do that though is unless you're at the edge of a building like earlier. You're better off just hitting right stick to execute. And as you just heard, Shandi was betting on which wire to cut.
The Saints aren't going to back down.
Maddie, there's nothing to worry about.
My thoughts exactly, Mr. Kilbane. The Saints are no more than a white noise of empty threats.
With respect, sir. I'd say empty is no longer applicable.
Wow. I bet he was popular on MySpace.
I don't believe that light or umbrella, whatever was blocking the camera there, was in the original game. I'm not sure what that was doing there, because I don't believe that was in the original game's cutscene. But that was party time. A fun mission. I really enjoy it, especially with Kanye West playing. Those characters that we just saw were all three leaders of the Syndicate. You had the Belgian guy, Philippe Loren.
That's a Belgian waffle.
Yes. Matt Miller was the dude in the blue. You'll be seeing more of him later. And the guy with the luchador mask was Killbane, another character we'll be seeing more of later. Like I said, the beginning fourth of the game is very front-loaded with Morningstar and nothing else, which is a flaw I do think that this game suffers from, unlike Saints Row 1 and 2. But I'll get into that more later in the playthrough once we've made more progress, because it makes more sense to talk about it then rather than now. Another thing I really like about the remaster is they have these new loading screen images. Like these images here, not in the original game. So they actually just showed various settings around the map with a purple filter over it. But now that you've done that mission, you've unlocked the main base of the game. This is your main crib where a lot of your missions will be activated from. And you'll be doing a lot of different, you'll be seeing a lot of cutscenes and whatnot from here. This is like the main base of operations. So there's not really much to do around the crib, but if you want to go explore it really quick, you can see a bunch of different rooms. Like this is a bathroom here with a mace over the toilet for whatever reason. Got your shower. Actually, if you want to do me a favor, and that's a bedroom, if you want to turn around, do a 180 for me, and go left. And then go back that way and open that door. Nope, you were not. Yeah, you're not close enough to the door. There you go. And turn right. Nope, that's left. Turn right. Do you see what's in there? Nope. Do you see what they're growing?
What?
Yep. Check it out. The Maui Wowie. Yeah, there's also some other plants in here, obviously. Like, I don't know if you saw the cactus or not, but There's a cactus right there, I think.
Does that look
No,
like
no,
a
no, no,
cactus
no.
to you?
Maybe I was referring to those plants, but those don't look like cactuses.
Those are snake plants.
Yeah, never mind. I wasn't looking right. Regardless. Yeah, that's most of what there really is to talk about with this crib. There's not much else, so you can go ahead and if you wanna. No, don't. Okay, well, you don't want to exit just yet. Go back inside, please, and pull up your menu. This is something you can only access in strongholds. Not every crib you have can give you access to the heliport. That's where you can access your air vehicles. In the original game, you wouldn't have any air vehicles just yet because you have DLC. You get air vehicles. Another thing, I don't want you using these because obviously it's too soon in the game for you to have them. But you get the Salem, which is a broomstick, the Saints VTOL, which is fucking beautiful, and the Ultor Interceptor, which is also really dope. But again, hold off on using these until later in the game. Gang customization is the other feature you unlocked. This is where you can customize your homies that appear throughout the world that you can recruit and have fight with you and whatever. So if you pull up the style, you can change your different Saint styles. So you can, you have Saint to begin with, but if you press X, you can change it. Biker, Clubber, Ninja, Punk, Saint, Penthouse, whatever. Those are the different characterizations. So you want a ninja as a homie? There you go. You can have Saint ninjas. If you want a biker, or, I mean, they don't all have to be ninjas. Like, pick Punk. You have 4 different Punk styles to choose from. Very, little cool things like that you can do. I mean, if you want to go all ninjas, you can, but it doesn't really provide a lot of diversity if you do go all ninja. So I don't really advise in favor of that. But and then go back to gang, and then go to sign. You can give them a fucking compliment. Alright, and then vehicles. You can also choose Saints vehicles that will spawn throughout the world for you to drive. So if you want to go ahead and click on slot 1, you have the Atlantica, the Bootlegger, the Criminal, the Infuego, the Sovereign, and the Torch. I highly recommend against having the Torch as 1. Go to slot 2. Oh, slot, no. Okay, go back. Go up to slot 1. Torch, okay. Slot 2. I would probably say the Criminal. You're gonna want, or no, the Infuego. The Infuego is good. And then slot 3, you can go for a Criminal. That way you have a truck, you have the 4-door, and you have a Torch, which is pretty decent. And that is pretty much everything available to you at this point in the game. So we're probably going to call it here for part 2. Thank you guys so much for tuning into our playthrough. We hope you're enjoying this so far. I do apologize for any hiccups we may have experienced throughout this. I'm not entirely sure with, not only the copyright, but the recording setup, because we had to switch things from part 1 because it gave us too much trouble. That's besides the point. We're going to end things off here. Thank you guys so much for watching. Hope you're enjoying this, and we will see you guys in part 3.